I wanted to I wanted to cover sort of my friendships early on, and I think they really do affected, or at least affected how I started seeing friendships down the road. So some of my friends, or the people that I thought are my friends, a good example of them. There were some kids that grew up a block away from me. I used to hang around with them a lot. And one memory that sticks with me is, I used to have a collection of comic books and comic cards. Like looking back at what I had, they were really, really expensive comics, like really cool comics too. And um, I took them to school, and I was showing people like, oh look, take a look at my comic books, take a look at my comic cards, and these kids that I thought were my friends, they stole them from me. I put them in my cubby, and we left. And when I came back, they were gone. I told the teacher. The teacher basically asked everyone like, who took them? Everyone denied it, including my friends. And the teacher was mad, like super upset. And she basically didn't teach for that day. And she said, I'm not going to do anything until someone fesses up. No one fessed up until the very end of the day. And sure enough, it was those two kids, the two kids that I thought were my friends. And they fessed up. They said that they left, they were the last ones to leave the class. They left the door cracked right before everyone left to the field. They ran back into the room. They grabbed the my stuff, and they put it on the ledge of the window. They opened up the window and put it on the ledge, and then they took it home, and then they threw it away. After that, I they got in trouble, but after that, I didn't speak to them, and I realized, I don't know. I started to sort of formulate what friendship was, or at least for me at the time was going to be. But it wasn't until I had another friendship with this kid named, I think his name was Christopher. Not the there's going to be another Chris, but my next door neighbor Chris. He used to build houses, and they were really wealthy. And it's rare because we lived in a really poor area, so having these really wealthy people um, move in next door was kind of weird. Because I would go to their house, they would have like the biggest TV in the world. They would have all sorts of stuff. And I told one of my other friends, like, hey, I think he's rich. And my friend Chris stopped talking to me. He was like, I don't want to talk to you because you told so and so that I was rich. And I was like, dude, what? Um, and then he just stopped talking to me. So at that point, I realized, friendships are pretty fleeting. And the people I'm choosing to be friends kind of suck. So at that point, I kind of said, I kind of don't need people. And for the longest, I kind of operated on my own. I learned to do things on my own, rely on myself, and sort of, be cordial, be friendly, but not to the point where I would say, oh yeah, I have a friend, or um, I have somebody that I can trust. I have somebody that I can rely on, just because they weren't really friends. They were more sort of opportunistic. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. It was just they fit for that moment. Um, the other friendship I had was with Chris Russell, but it was weird because the only reason I could be friends with him was because I was part of that religion, a Jehovah's Witness. I'll get into that too. And after I stopped going to the church or the meetings, that friendship ended. It was weird. Like it was just one moment I could play, the next moment I couldn't, just because of this idea. But yeah, I had fun with him. Like we played tag, we played He had this little fire truck engine, and now he's actually a firefighter, which is pretty cool. Good for him, man. I'm glad he's happy. He used to come over to the house. He used to eat with us. It was really cool. Um, the other sort of friendship that I had growing up, a really close friendship, was with Gabriel. Every day after school, I would run over there and play his Nintendo. He had the first Nintendo in the block. We would play Punch Out, and it was fucking amazing. I used to watch cartoons there, and it was cool because, looking back, I realized that was my second family. Actually, I had different families, but um, they were kind of my second family because I would eat dinner with them. I would spend a lot of time with them. They would take me places, and it was really cool. His dad is really awesome. His dad was, I think, a really good father figure to him. Um, and yeah, it was another safe place for me, or a place that I felt safe, and I felt like I could just be me. Um, they moved when I would say, the first year of middle school. So that friendship sort of ended, and yeah, they were pretty good to me. Chris's dad was also a really cool father figure in terms of like developing my speech. I was able to get in front of a huge church, and not a huge church, a medium sized church, and sort of uh, talk about verses in the Bible, give opinions about it. It was really cool to come to know that I was able to yes, be nervous, but at the same time deliver an opinion to a really large crowd. That was really, really nice, and he coached me through those steps, and it was really great to be a part of.